Now, going over to the political part of the podcast, you have Biden banning Kaspersky antivirus software in the United States. All 18 customers will be sorely disappointed. That's only partially kidding. Well, not really. Now, this was brought to us thanks to Fox Business, or Fox, which is somehow still in business. This is their tech column, portly, and this is a report by Kurt Collinson. They say, quote, Kaspersky's security software is banned in America. What you need to know. Hopefully they... Yeah, there's the iconic Kaspersky logo, which, again, they've been around for quite some time. I'm not... And given the whole Russia-Ukraine instance, I'm not too surprised that they're actually trying to ban this, or they are banning it. Now, I'll be interested to see in terms of the enforcement, how is it going to pan out in terms of, well, wait a minute, we have many people who bought the software throughout the years. I mean, how is it going to pan out when you literally have customers? Is it just going to be turned off? Because again, some cybersecurity solutions, you can technically do that. I mean, back in the day, you would get software on a disk or a CD. Back in the day, slap that thing in your computer. Computer unloads the disk or downloads the files. Man, it works. That's before you're connected to the internet pretty much 24/7 with your device. Nowadays, the software as a service, or SaaS. Well, now you're constantly getting that service from that hosted solution. And yeah, there are pros and cons to that, of course. But I mean, what cons is you could kind of just turn it off. So now, again, this comes to us thanks to Fox Business, and they say, quote, Kaspersky is getting banned in the U.S. after the Bureau of Industry and Security conducted a review of the company's cybersecurity and antivirus transactions. The BIS noted that the company poses, quote, unacceptable risk to the United States national security and the security and safety of its people, unquote. Which, again, I would love to know the report. How many people are really using this? Like, my IT company has been around for nearly 7 years, and at one point, Kaspersky was a pretty good solution, pretty good bang for your buck, but I never actually met anyone who used it. Again, that's anecdotal experience with my, working with businesses, small, medium, large in Texas. But again, even like if you're looking for like a lower entry price point product, I mean, a lot of people use ESET for like home security, which I don't recommend. Better than nothing, of course. But I've never met anyone who actually used Kaspersky. Have you? Let me know in the comments if you have. But yeah, I'd love to see the spreadsheet if they did an analysis of like how many Americans will be, affected. It won't be a lot. I especially think that because again, if a lot of Americans were to get pissed off, it'd be bad for politics, so they wouldn't want that to happen. Just like every politician takes calculated risk and they look at the statistics on what their decision will have an impact on. Well, at least you would argue most politicians do that. Now they say that the main concerns are Kaspersky's connections to Russia and the potential security weakness in Kaspersky's products, and the chance that Russia could exploit these weaknesses. Which, again, if you're there are certain rules, stipulations of doing business with the U.S. government, as well as doing business with the U.S. government contractors or subcontractors or defense contractors like Lockheed Martin and those companies like AT&T, companies that have huge national security implications, or they work directly or indirectly with the government. There are a list of things you are supposed to do and are not supposed to do, and they will blacklist some devices and they'll blacklist some software. We saw this with the Huawei ban, where again, U.S. government employees could not use Huawei devices because, spoil it, they're just Chinese spyware. But yeah, interestingly enough, with Kaspersky, I never saw it. And if it's just someone at home, I don't know. We'll see. Now, they say that the announcement, BIS has specifically listed 5 risks Kaspersky poses to national security. Kaspersky ties to Russia are a major concern. BIS states that Russia is a foreign adversary that poses ongoing threats to the United States. According to this agency, Kaspersky is under jurisdiction and control of the Russian government, allowing it to access sensitive information to U.S. consumers. How dare they? How dare you? Only Google can do that. Kind of a joke, but not really. They say that other reasons were given for Kaspersky ban, including the software's ability to install malware. Kaspersky software allows for the capability and opportunity to install malicious software and withhold critical updates, which, well, that's any software. But they say that, quote, the manipulation of Kaspersky software, including a U.S. critical infrastructure, can result in data theft, espionage, and system malfunctions. The products also threaten economic and security and public health of U.S. potential, resulting in injuries or loss of life. Which, again, if you're a major infrastructure, energy company, or defense company, you already can't use this. Now they say Kaspersky's ban in the U.S. shouldn't come as a surprise since the firm has been on the government's radar for quite some time. In 2017, the U.S. banned the use of Moscow-based cybersecurity firms products across all government agencies. Seeing a lot of parallels here. So again, I'm actually surprised at this news because again, it's very similar with Huawei. There used to be a time where you and I can go to a place like a Best Buy if we hated ourselves and want to shop there. Only partially kid, but they had Huawei devices all over the store. But then the U.S. government started to go, well, government employees can't use this. Now we're going to say, federal, now we're going to say, yeah, no one can use it. Stop the imports. Now, there's the response. Kaspersky says, quote, for 26 years, Kaspersky has succeeded in its mission to building a safer future by protecting over 1 billion devices. Kaspersky provides industry-leading products and services to customers around the world to protect them from all types of cyber threats and has repeatedly demonstrated its independence from any government. Additionally, Kaspersky has implemented significant transparency measures that are unmatched by any of its cybersecurity industry peers to demonstrate its enduring commitment to integrity and trustworthiness. The Department of Commerce decision is unfairly ignores this evidence, unquote. Which, yeah, they say that. I mean, that being said, someone could, even if that's true right now, given the resource allocation of the Russian government, I'm not saying it is not out of the realm of possibility that the government could overtake the software. I don't know how much I don't know what the odds are that it would happen or what kind of upside there would be. Now, in terms of, again, the ban trickles down versus federal, it was the government, government employees can't use Kaspersky, now it's going down to us. Well, or actually companies like me who are resellers of technology that specifically, I'm trying to think if we ever got, I think we got authorized in when I first started the company, I signed up with a lot of companies for authorization. I think it got authorized, but I never used it. I remember that much. Now they say that, what does the Kaspersky ban mean for you? The Kaspersky ban essentially means that you'll not be able to purchase any of its software products, and if you already own one, it will stop working. Starting July 20th, Kaspersky and any of its partners will not be able to resell or license cybersecurity or antivirus software in the U.S. U.S. resellers who already have the products in stock will be able to sell them, but only until September 29th. Which, yeah, that's again, in terms of having them having products in stock, that is a benefit of software as a service. If you want to sell a glorified, think of it as a virtual CD, or everyone knows what a download is, like you're downloading an iTunes song. Oh wait, no one did that. They just used LimeWire, which is also terrible for computers. But I partially digress. Yeah, it's not great news if you have physical access codes to this. So like if you go to somewhere like Micro Center, if you're an end user, it's very popular, or Best Buy, very popular places for you don't need a business grade technologies. Well, they'll have like a little stack of like basically gift cards, but they have access codes for cybersecurity, such as ESET is a popular one for consumers, as well as Kaspersky. So if you have all those physical cards, you have until September 29th until it just won't work. Now that being said, if you sell it, it will probably stop working sooner than you think, because again, I suspect they're just going to blacklist the entire thing. They're just going to shut it down. Now, they say that, quote, it's worth noting that while BIS has banned mostly Kaspersky products, some have been exempted, that these include Kaspersky threat intelligence products and services, Kaspersky security training and products and services, and Kaspersky consulting and advisory agencies. Existing Kaspersky customers will have until September 20th to find an alternative, and the company will no longer be able to provide antivirus signature updates after this date. Which, yeah, if you're a business, you bought it. That's quite disappointing. If you're a business and you buy, because again, a very common in business practice if you're buying enterprise solutions is they'll offer a little bit of discount if you do. They'll bundle it with multiple years. So a lot of people do, commonly a 1-year agreement, 3-year agreement, a 5-year license agreement. And usually the benefits there are that they lock you into original price, so they don't have to jack it up every year to keep up with inflation. Back in the day they did crazy discounts. I think those days are long gone, thanks to our government ineptitudes with inflation and other variables. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, hopefully if you bought it, yeah, find a replacement soon. The propensity of this actually being being turned into a weapon by the Russian government, I'm not sure how much it is really. And it'll be interesting to see. I'd love to see the financial analysis of like what percentage of all Kaspersky sales were from the US. The US is one of the largest markets, especially for enterprise technology. But again, people have been moving away from that product for so long. Even 5 years ago, people were moving away from Kaspersky. Because again, there are a lot of great alternatives in terms of cybersecurity. And I mean, in that case, I just never recommended it to clients. But let me know. That'd be fascinating to hear I mean, have you heard of Kaspersky? Would ever use that on your personal device? Well, I guess do you wish you could, because you still will not be able to. And yet another great reason why businesses need to be involved in politics. It used to be a time where politics were so small no one gave a damn because it really didn't affect anything. But nowadays, I mean, again, every business. I mean, you have seen other Russian companies leave that country to actually stay afloat. Like Veeam was, believe that was one of the most popular ones ever, where they 99% sure they were started at the region, but they actually moved to another country, and they've been wildly successful ever since. And maybe Kaspersky tries that. That, that I think that would not be out of the realm of possibilities. That I think would assuage most concerns, especially again. I'm not sure what this would do in terms of. I'm not sure how they would go legally, but if Kaspersky were to really relocate all their operations to the United States, then I think they could actually. Then I think the government would probably okay it. Now that is also problematic. You got people moving their whole lives across the globe, and then of course, how much market share is left for antiviruses, especially rudimentary or not to be insultive to their offering, but more lower end ones. It'd be interesting, but as cliche as it sounds, as always, let me know in the comments. I would be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.